Hey guys, it's Neon. This is Clownfish TV. We're going to talk about Star Wars Episode 9, The Search for More Money, The Rise of Skywalker, The Rise of Skywalker. Now, we talked about some leaks, I think, last week, and we thought they sounded pretty stupid. Now, apparently, Reddit has more leaks, alleged leaks. And you know what? When we saw the non-trailer that came out last week, we thought, well, yeah, this confirms a lot of the really dumb stuff we were hearing about The Rise of Skywalker, and now there is a slew of reported, alleged, possible leaks on Reddit. We are getting closer to the release of the movie, so stuff is going to slip out. If you don't want to be spoiled, you might want to shut the video off. This is probably what we're getting. These leaks, again, confirm that this movie is probably going to be pretty dumb. I don't know if it's going to be as bad as The Last Jedi, but it's not going to be anywhere near original trilogy. In my opinion, I don't see how they can fix the sequel trilogy. But I digress. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We hit 56,000 subs this week, I think, and we're hoping to hit 100,000 by the end of the year. I don't know if it's possible, but thank you so much for your support. All right, this is coming from Reddit, /r/Star Wars leaks. Proceed with caution. It is Reddit, but this does sound kind of true-ish. The basic plot of Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, assembled from my sources. 881 upvotes. Let's refresh that and see. 917. All right. So I've been working on this post for a while now and was actually going to submit it this morning. Time got away from me. Now, in the wake of Jason Ward's most recent article, Jason Ward from Making Star Wars, again, confirming a lot of the dumb stuff we've heard about Episode 9. I think this is, personal opinion, I think this is why they're hiding so much of the footage, why they appealed to nostalgia in the footage, is that I don't think the movie's going to be that great. I think we're hiding it. I think we're hiding the movie. We already know the movie's going to have a giant penis monster in it, a giant penis alien. So there's that. I guess that might make some people pretty hard. I don't know. Here we go. After a pretty lengthy dry spell, I just got done talking about penis monster too. Dry spell for leaks and news related to The Rise of Skywalker. We've finally gotten some new stuff to dig into. In addition to the official news and footage, I have a boatload of unofficial news. Obviously can't share details about who the sources are or how, where this information was obtained. I can tell you they've given me incredibly compelling reasons to pay attention to what they have to say. Now, again, these are Reddit leaks. A lot of the Reddit leaks about The Last Jedi were not legit. A lot of the leaks that made their way to Mike Zero were not legit, so it could be Lucasfilm disinformation. It could just be somebody with a really wild imagination, but it does seem to gel with the footage we've seen. So just, keep that in mind. If, 4 months from now the movie comes out and you guys are like, Clownfish TV lied to me, take it back. Because we get these comments on the videos all the time. People are like, I watched your video 6 months after you put it out, and I'm here to tell you you're wrong. I'm saying it right now. This might be wrong, but we'll go through them anyway, because I don't have a lot of hope for this movie. So in the wake of D23, some of the things they've told me are being corroborated with official news and footage, which bolsters my confidence in the accuracy of this report. Yeah, evil C-3PO, the reprogrammed C-3PO, we know that's been confirmed. So that being said, with 4 months remaining, I can't guarantee that everything you'll read here will be 100% accurate. And we're saying the same thing. We're just reading these spoilers. All right, here are the bullet points. As stated in a previous leak, it's been reiterated to me that we will indeed be getting young Luke and Leia flashbacks in The Rise of Skywalker. One particular flashback appears to be the opening of the movie, no less. We begin the action by seeing one of, if not the final training lesson between Luke and Leia. Leia is giving up her Jedi training due to the fact that she's pregnant with a son. My source on this mentioned a fight, so I believe we may be getting Leia and Luke in a lightsaber duel toward the beginning of the film. What the frick? What? I don't want to see Luke and Leia fighting. I hope it's just training. I don't want to see Luke and Leia fighting. I don't want to see them fighting. So, God, this sounds up. So we're opening with a flashback. Star Wars movies don't open with flashbacks. They very seldom have flashbacks unless they're Force visions. So I'm hoping this is not true, because this sounds very much like a Marvel movie where we're going to use some CGI to de-age the actors. And, you know, I don't like that. I'm telling you right now, if they do this in the movie, that doesn't feel like Star Wars. But then again, The Last Jedi started like 5 minutes after The Force Awakens, and that didn't feel like Star Wars either. So who the hell knows? Picking up in the current point of the timeline, Leia appears to have taken up the mantle of Jedi mentor to Rey in the wake of Luke's passing. So that stock footage, that leftover footage they have of Princess Leia, that was her training Rey. How are they going to pull that off? Note this will likely coincide with the scene from the D23 first look where Rey throws her lightsaber at a training remote and cuts down a tree. Early in the film, we catch up with Kylo's story where he is slaughtering, in quotes, people with the purpose of tracking down one of those film's MacGuffins, a device known as the Wayfinder. Yeah, that we've heard about that this is going to be another quest for a MacGuffin that's somehow going to bring Palpatine back as a Force ghost or some bullshit. I don't know. I'm told the clip of Kylo body slamming someone into the floor of a forest bathed in red light, as seen in the teaser, that's what this is supposed to be. I'm also told that this planet is called Exegol. Exegol? Who knows? Kylo obtains the Wayfinder from the Oracle. That is this other random, like, Force-sensitive person they're talking about bringing into. This sounds like the Matrix. The Oracle, and finds it to contain coordinates to a point in the unknown regions. The Wayfinder that Kylo is given once belonged to his grandfather, because, you know, Darth had this thing, I guess. Using the coordinates found within the Wayfinder device, Kylo arrives in the unknown regions. Here, Kylo encounters Emperor Palpatine. He's there? He's just there? He's not a ghost? What the hell? He's just there? How Palpatine is still alive and how he ended up in the unknown regions is still a mystery to me. That better not be true. I hope to learn more about it in the next few months. Daisy Ridley recently said in an interview that it's explained in the film. My source on this tells me this is indeed Palpatine in the flesh. Kylo and Palpatine's conversation apparently centers around ordering Kylo to find Rey and bring her to the Emperor with the goal of turning her to the dark side. What the hell? This sequel trilogy has literally undone the Return of the Jedi again and again and again. We broke up Han and Leia. The Empire never really ended. Palpatine never really died. What the hell? What the hell? What? No, it's not lost on me that this part of the story feels very Return of the Jedi. Yeah, but we'll just crack on and see how this all pans out. My source specifically mentioned that Palpatine is old and decrepit at this point, possibly on the verge of death. You know, that could be because he got thrown down a freaking shaft and exploded into blue light. Palpatine's dead. A little bit of Googling reveals that Palpatine is thought to have been born around 84 before the Battle of Yavin, making him in the neighborhood of 113. His goal in luring Kylo to him and converting Rey to the darkness is more or less to have Rey and Kylo inherit his new empire and for them to rule it together. So he wants Rey and Kylo to hook up and have Sith babies. Is that what the hell is going on here? In order to facilitate bringing about this new empire, Palpatine has spent 30 years creating a fleet of Death Star destroyers. Yeah, we've heard this before, that it's gonna be like sharks. It's gonna be like sharks with little lasers attached to their heads. It's gonna be a bunch of Star Destroyers with little Death Star lasers attached to the front. There's a whole bunch of them. We saw that in the clip. There's like a ton of these things. I don't know if this is their actual name or not. I hope not. It's a bit on the nose, which appears to be exactly what they sound like. Star Destroyers with Death Star tech mounted on them, giving them the capacity to destroy a planet. Apparently, once this technology was unleashed 30-some odd years ago, it's Pandora's box. It can't be shut again. According to my source, the Star Destroyers make up the Sith fleet that housed the new red Sith troopers that were showcased at San Diego Comic-Con. Where the hell did they come from? I wrote this prior to the first look being shown, and the fleet has been confirmed. Yeah, it's looking more and more like these leaks are legitimate. When it leaked that Han Solo got killed by Kylo Ren, I'm like, nah, there's no way. There's no way they would do that in the first movie. Sure enough, it's comprised of Imperial Star Destroyers hiding in the unknown regions, and we see what appears to be their planet-destroying capabilities during the real. Enough about Rey and Kylo, let's get back to the Resistance. Apparently, we catch up with Finn and Poe returning to the jungle planet, depicted in some of the behind-the-scenes images at Celebration. That's where the penis monster lives. The duo has been in contact with an informant within the First Order. The mole has told Finn and Poe about Kylo coming into the Wayfinder. Note, it's unclear to me if anyone in the Resistance understands what the hell the Wayfinder is. I don't understand. What the hell is a Wayfinder? They just want to find it. Just like they want to find the map to Luke Skywalker. Poe and Finn tell Leia about this, and she sends Rey, Chewie, and 3PO and the other droids to accompany them on a mission. In order to get them going on their quest, Leia puts them in contact with someone on Pasaana, the desert planet, filmed in Jordan. The desert planet looks like Burning Man. You know that one? It's at this point in the story where the Resistance team makes their way to the desert planet. It looks like Burning Man. In the teaser, behind the scenes footage, is revealed that Leia's contact is Lando. Lando points them toward another MacGuffin, a Sith artifact that apparently turns out to be a dagger. God, this is like D&D. The dagger has some sort of writing on it that 3PO can't decipher. My source understands this to be a Sith language dagger. That description is pretty vague for me, but the key point is sound. Heroes find dagger. Dagger has writing on it that 3PO can't read. It's during our hero's time on Pasaana that Kylo initiates a force mind link between himself and Rey. Through their connection, Kylo discovers where Rey and the Resistance crew are and leaves to pursue them. Eventually, Kylo and the Knights of Ren arrive and begin to attack our heroes. One thing leads to another, and the Resistance crew gets outnumbered, and they're forced to make their escape on an old ship, leaving the Falcon behind. Kylo recovers the Falcon and takes it back to his Star Destroyer. Kylo gets his daddy's car, the keys to his daddy's car. As previously mentioned, 3PO is confronted with a challenge he is not equipped to handle. The artifact found on Pasaana contains a language that 3PO can't translate without modifications. In order to modify his programming, Poe brings a team to the wintry planet seen in the teaser. There's a lot of flying around. There, 3PO is modified to allow translation of the artifact. I'm told that the modification is done by a small alien. Once translatable, the dagger supposedly reveals information regarding a second Wayfinder, this one having belonged to Palpatine himself, leading the team to journey to the forest moon of Endor. We better get some frickin' Ewoks. I want some Ewoks. My sources tell me that the scene from the first look reel showing 3PO with red eyes connects to this event. During the events leading to the modification of 3PO on the wintry planet, Kylo initiates another force connection between he and Rey. Maybe he's not wearing pants in this one, who knows. Kylo supposedly uses this as an opportunity to begin forcing Rey down the path of darkness. You should never force anyone down the path of darkness. You need their consent. He does this by antagonizing Rey. Kylo tells her that he knows about the dagger and what it was used for. Kylo apparently tells her that this dagger was used to murder Rey's parents. Kylo maintains that her parents are nobodies in the grand story. This angers Rey, and she lashes out at Kylo, and a lightsaber duel ensues. Rey is on Kijimi, is that what it's called? The winter planet, and Kylo's on a Star Destroyer. According to my source, no flashes of any additional locations are seen. Possibly are seen during the fight, possibly in the film at all. Kylo Ren keeps the link alive long enough to learn Rey's location and peruses her in his Star Destroyer like before. Bliss is introduced, Zori Bliss, that is Felicity. She's coming. Once Kylo arrives, our gang of heroes decide to sneak aboard and recover the Falcon. The rescue plan goes awry and the whole group gets captured by the First Order. It's at this point two major things happen. Well, it's about damn time something major happened. It's revealed that Hux is the First Order mole that has been feeding the Resistance information, and he allows the heroes to escape while Kylo is distracted by dueling with Rey in person. During this duel, Kylo adds another wrinkle to Rey's backstory. He maintains that while her parents are nobodies, her grandparents, more specifically her grandfather, wasn't. Kylo tells Rey that she is the granddaughter of Palpatine. This explains his interest in bringing the random nobody from Jakku into the fold. The crew recovers the Falcon, Rey connects with them, and they all flee. This was a fan theory that was shot down repeatedly by various people and Lucasfilm, and it looks like they're running with it, if this is true. Following her battle aboard the Star Destroyer and escape on the Falcon, Rey uses the newly gleaned information resulting from 3PO's modification and the translation of the dagger to travel to Endor. At this time, it's a little unclear to me how Kylo gets from A to B. Supposedly, he's waiting for Rey in Palpatine's throne room aboard the wreckage of the second Death Star. So they're making notes that they think that he's been there before because Vader's helmet was there on Endor. Naturally, they fight. The specifics of the duel are unknown. Rey begins to tap into some hatred and defeats Kylo, possibly destroying his lightsaber. Leaving him for dead on the wreckage of the Death Star, Rey takes possession of Palpatine's wayfinder and leaves. My sources tell me that the dark Rey moment seen in the D23 footage is in fact a vision. Everybody guessed this. Described to me as thematically similar to Luke seeing himself as Vader in the cave on Dagobah. This apparently is a short sequence that happens right after Rey picks up Palpatine's wayfinder. While lying in the wreckage of the Death Star, Kylo Ren reportedly sees a vision of his father. Come on, we can't have Force Ghost Han. Han tells Kylo it's never too late to change. When he leaves Endor, he leaves not as Kylo Ren, but as Ben Solo. The duel is a critical tipping point for Rey. I'm told that in the wake of the confrontation with Kylo, she takes the Wayfinder and flees to Ahch-To to collect her thoughts. Her mindset reportedly mirror Luke's when he was there prior to and during the events of The Last Jedi. The vision of a possible dark future for herself in conjunction with the fact that she nearly killed Kylo scared Rey in the same way that considering killing Ben in his sleep scared Luke. So she's going to go become a Jedi hobo. She's going to go milk the teats of the alien seals. She feared the path she was headed down and decides to swear off the Jedi, exiling herself. She scuttles the ship she used to get there, just like Luke Skywalker did, and caps it all off by casting Anakin's lightsaber toward her ship. Just when it looks like the Jedi Order is going to end again, the specter of Luke Skywalker appears to Rey, holding her discarded lightsaber, and does what all good Force ghosts do, gives it to our hero, and gives her the resolve to do what needs to be done. So now Force Ghosts can pick up physical objects too. Finish the work Luke began over 30 years earlier and put an end to the Emperor for good. The Emperor was gone! He was freaking gone! According to the source, Luke passes on Leia's lightsaber to Rey. I don't know where it came from. Okay, on the subject of Force Ghosts, Luke makes another appearance around the time of Kylo and Rey's crisis of faith. Back at the main Resistance base, Leia is on her deathbed. Why? My source describes it to me like Yoda's death in Return of the Jedi. Nothing bad happened, it was just her time to go. Luke has come to say goodbye, but before it all ends for Leia, he has one final lesson for her. From what I've been able to put together, the final act of the film is structured like this. Rey leaves Ahch-To and travels to the Sith fleet. Eventually the Resistance arrives and battle ensues. Rey finds her way to the Emperor, who has been waiting for her. Yeah, we've seen this before. Palpatine confirms what Kylo told her was true. Apparently after his defeat at Death Star 2, Palpatine was shaken by the fact he wasn't able to maintain his hold on Vader or seduce Luke to the darkness. Due to their family bond, during the course of their conversation, Palpatine makes reference to this bond between Vader and Luke and likens it to his bond with Rey, hoping that whatever family connection they have will be enough to win her over and become as strong as that of the Skywalkers. Rey is trapped in the Emperor's throne room, watching two opposing fleets battle while she is helplessly gazing onward. This happened before. It's at this point that Kylo Ben, I like that, Kylo Ben reappears. How we get to this next part is fuzzy, but apparently Ben and Rey join forces and begin attacking Palpatine. Leia's lightsaber comes back into play when Rey and Kylo share the Skywalker lightsabers throughout their fight. At some point, the Emperor overpowers them both and supposedly kills Ben. There are reports that Kylo sort of dies. My source on this seemed pretty unambiguous. When it looks like all hope is lost, the ghosts of Luke and Leia show up to aid. Oh my god! When it looks like all hope is lost, the ghosts of Luke and Leia show up to aid Rey. Together they overpower the Emperor and end his darkness for once and all. Holy shit, this is stupid. Oh my god, this is so stupid. This is so bad. This is bad. As for what the other members of the Resistance are doing at this point, they're engaged in a space battle. Led by General Pride, the flagship is destroyed. At the same time, the Emperor dies. This happened before. Emperor gets thrown down the shaft. They take down the shields. They blow up the Death Star, right? The last thing I was told regarding the final sequence of the film, I don't know why, but our heroes travel to Tatooine. During these scenes, it is supposedly revealed that Rey has cannibalized Anakin and Luke's lightsaber and Leia's to make one of her own that supposedly has a yellow gold blade. She buries the leftover pieces on the grounds of the former Lars homestead. The final shots of the Skywalker saga end. They echo how the adventure began in 77, with our heroes gazing at the horizon, dreaming of the future as twin suns set in the distance. Until Palpatine comes back for 10, 11, and 12. And then 13, 14, and 15, and 16, 17, and 18. I don't know. I hope this isn't true because this sounds just dumb. This sounds redundant. This whole sequel trilogy so far has been redundant. It serves no purpose. None whatsoever, other than to make money. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in December. That's what they're saying on Reddit. I'll put a link to that. You can read it for yourself. You think it's true? You think it's not true? Do you care? Does anybody care? I don't know. It doesn't seem to be a lot of people that care. And we'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.